So welcome to Gigs and Guitars, and in this edition we are in part 2 of surviving a curveball moment, and it's certainly been an interesting few weeks really, it really has. And just to recap, you know that we had to cancel a gig at very short notice, and we had another gig at the Marine Hall Fleetwood literally within about 6 days' time. And our singer Christy said she wasn't up to doing the gig, so we had to find alternatives. So we got Emma and Kate in from Chic, and we focused on the Marine Hall gig, which is what we mentioned in the previous episode. And that is where we're up to at the minute. So as I'm sat here now having my brew, which incidentally is very nice. We've done the Marine Hall gig, and I have to say, it was a great event. It really was a great event. It was the Campaign for Real Ale's Beer Festival at Fleetwood in Lancashire, and it was a few weeks ago. And it's a very big performing environment with large stage, professional lighting, professional sound by Tony Mitchell, as I've mentioned previously. So did do a little bit of filming behind the scenes when we got to the venue after a rehearsal with Chic that afternoon with Emma and Kate. Right, we have made it to Saturday. It's been a bit of a ballistic week really, so just to recap, Tuesday we got together with Kate and Emma at their rehearsal rooms. There's been a lot of stuff going on in the background. The girls have done really well, really very pleased and really impressed. They are absolutely brilliant, to be honest. Anyway, that's led us on to, we've got Bowery Photography coming tonight to take some professional photographs of us, should I say. Sue is going to London very soon to do some professional photography at Ronnie Scott's. So for us, that's great. If we can assist with a portfolio, that's even better. We're going to be filming the event tonight as well. We've got about 4 cameras set up. We've got a direct feed out of the mixing desk, so hopefully we'll be able to mix that later on and give you a flavour of what's been going on with the band, the Cooper Collective, with Chic tonight. So there we are. I'm going to give you a little bit of a guide, a walk around the stage to show you what's what. So here we go, just going to have a quick wander on. So this is in Marine Hall, and it's a bit quiet at the minute. They're just setting up the rig. Norman's there with Amanda and Kev in the background. Kate and Emma in the background over there. This is the rig for tonight so far. So you can see we've got the Laney set up, we've got the Gold Top, we've got the Firebird 7 out tonight. It's not been out for a bit, that, because it's a bit big in terms of, don't want to smash the neck off it. If, for example, I hit a microphone stand with it, we've got the Blackstrap, of course. All 3 guitars were set up last night. I did a little bit of work on the Gold Top. It needed the jack plug sorting out on it. The Blackstraps had a full setup last night, including new strings. By the way, all guitars are using Rotor Sound strings, and each one of those guitars are using the fabulous guitar straps by Heisterkamp, which are absolutely brilliant, guys. They will last a lifetime. So here we are. This is the stage. It's Kev's rig over there, and that's where we are at the minute. Right, so it's all calmed down a bit now. We've done the sound check, which was really good. So we've got the front of house mix sorted out with Tony. We've got the fold back for ourselves sorted out, which sounds great, to be honest. I've just set up some cameras. One there, that's going to be looking across this way to the girls. I've set another GoPro up just over there, which is there on that speaker. You see the red tripod. And everything's looking good. It is, to be honest. And yeah, let's crack on. We've got about an hour before we actually do the next set, and there's Kev's kit, and we'll see you shortly. And I have to say, I was really pleased with the gig. I really was. And what happened in terms of the set list and the actual running order was the Cooper Collective with Kate and Emma. We did our regular first kind of set. We had a short interval kind of break for about 30 minutes. Chic came on to do another 15-minute set, and which was their kind of material that they do within their duo, and we then joined them on stage to carry on with the Cooper Collective main set. And I have to say, it was a really good gig. I was absolutely over the moon with how everybody performed on that night. It was absolutely fantastic. They are talking to us about rebooking us for next year, which is really good. They were absolutely chuffed to bits, and it was a good night. It really was a good night all round. By the way, guys, I've got a new cup. Michelle bought me a new cup because the cup very similar had to this, which I got as a Secret Santa last year. The handle fell off and it went everywhere. And I've been lacking on a decent guitar playing cup. Anyway, so Michelle got me this one, and it's absolutely superb. I'm going to mention Sue Helm-Jones from Bowery Photography. Now, Sue is a great photographer. She's got a great photography studio called Bowery Photography, and they contacted me about a month ago, just before all these plates started spinning, and they wanted to give us the opportunity for them to come along and photograph the band in action. And I thought, right, okay, yeah, I'm up for this. So when we felt that we could do the Marine Hall gig, that's when I contacted Bowery Photography, literally with less than 24 hours to spare, to say, look, we managed to pull this together. We're on at the Marine Hall tomorrow. Do you want to come down and have a look? And I'm really grateful to Sue and Harry, who did turn up, and they did a brilliant job in taking some great photographs of the band, which you'll see on the screen now. Where we're at now with the Cooper Collective, the band that I play in, and surviving that curveball moment. So we've got the Marine Hall gig out of the way, and the band is wanting to progress, it's wanting to develop, it's not wanting to stop in any way. And we've got the two girls from Chic that are going to do the remaining gigs of this year, which is brilliant for us, and I'm hoping it's just as good for them. I really am. But where does that leave us? Well, the news is at the minute, Christy has basically left the band. She's left for personal reasons. And I think, to be honest, she has made the right decision. And in this game of playing in bands, whether you're professional, semi-pro, amateur or whatever, you know, you've got to look at your life, your work-life balance. And if you've got lots of spinning plates going on, if you've got children, you've got a business to run, occupation, you've got to keep a family together, bills are going mad and all the rest of it. So there's all these competing demands, and I think, to be honest, Christy's made the right decision to focus on what she needs to focus on. That's a family life, and that is absolutely fine by everybody. And to be honest, I've got to be brutally honest about this. Christy is brilliant in the front of Cooper Collective. She's a great front woman. She can pull the audience in. She's got a great voice, she looks great, and she's ideal for the Cooper Collective. But these things happen, we've got to move on, guys, and it's just the way it is. It's part of band life. You are in a band, a family of, say, I don't know, in the Cooper Collective, it's 5 or 6 people, and it can be difficult at times in pulling all this together so we're all going in the same direction, and there's got to be an equal drive from everybody to do that. And I will miss Christy. We'll still keep in touch because she's brilliant, you know, and at some stage in the future, you never know, we might put another project together. But in the meantime, we're going to focus on the Cooper Collective in terms of developing the band and pushing it forward in the future. And that is where we want to go. So wish Christy all the very, very best. I really, really do. And so do the band. And we're really happy that she's made the best decision for herself and the family. We are basically committed to the end of this year with Kate and Emma from Chic. As I've said, they've really gone above and beyond what people would do to help other people out. They really have. They have done so much work in learning the Cooper Collective set. And do you know what? Who else would do that? It's a big ask. It really is a big ask. And they really did the business at the Marine Hall Fleetwood. So as I'm sat here now, in my chair, in this room, we've just done a gig with the girls from Chic on Friday night at the station at Lytham. And again, we had a really good gig. Now, but the difference between that gig and the Marine Hall gig at Fleetwood is very simply this. To make the workload that much easier for Kate and Emma, what we did decide to do was that the band would learn a chunk of their set and drop it into the Cooper set, so we can take the workload from them, spread that effort all round the band, which we did do. And I think we put about I think it's a good sort of 6 or 7 songs into the Cooper Collective set, which worked really, really well. Hanging on the Telephone by Blondie is just over 2 minutes in length, and there's a lot of arrangement in that song. It's all over the place. The song is just sort of mental in terms of arrangement, and you've got to get your head round the repeats, which aren't repeats within the song. They're all in different orders next time round, and you've got to be on the ball with it. So for me, in terms of learning that track very, very quickly and then moving on to the next one, then moving on and then going back and then moving on and repeat. You've got to find your bass line, go to, what am I doing with this song? And when you listen to the introduction, there's various overlaid guitars. And Norman's mentioned this with bass lines that he was learning for other songs that we've quickly introduced into the set. And it's picking what you can do as a single individual, because all these layered tracks of bass guitar or electric guitar, you've got to pick the bones out and find a part in that song, which you might do a compromise between various different parts to bring it all together in your kind of way to present on a live stage with just 5 people. Well, in this case with Chic, we've got 6. And that's what you have to do. And then you've got to learn it, you've got to rehearse it. And we try and do everything so when we go out fresh to a gig, it's all up here, it's all in muscle memory in your fingers, you're getting a vibe for it, and you know where you're going in those songs. And when you can do that, that's when it becomes polished. And I have to say, when we did that at the station at Lytham, yeah, it's a live gig and there's 1 or 2 little minor issues within the gig, but nothing really to worry about. These things happen. In less than a week's time, we're playing another gig in Blackpool. We've got the same lineup. We're probably going to box clever and play safe with the set and keep the set as it is. And essentially, that will be more polished. We've got another rehearsal tomorrow night. So it's been a little bit of, whoa, what's going on? But these things are meant to test us. That is exactly what it's all about. Okay, so what does 2023 hold for me for next year? Well, to be honest, the intention is to carry on with the Cooper Collective. It's a great band. We want to develop the band. We would rather do quality over quantity. We are talking to Kate and Emma from Chic to see if we can work something out together for next year on a permanent basis, but we'll keep you up to date because that's the very early stages of where we're at the minute. We've got lots of gigs in the diary for next year, and it's just a case of where we're going to go with this. For me personally, I'd like to see it grow, I'd like to see it flourish, I'd like to raise the level of the band, and who knows, you know, the pub environment, it's okay. But I think we've got the scope and the talent and the motivation with the rest of the band to actually raise it a peg or two in terms of level and probably do more show-based kind of things. So, but who knows, that's for an open discussion with the band, because we have to take into account that other people in the band are still working full-time jobs, and that has to be taken into account. I'm in the fortunate position where I am retired and I can spend all my day making videos like this for you guys, which is great. I can burk about on guitars and whatever, you know. So I'm in a fortunate position, as Norm is, and we do realise that everybody has to basically bring an income in for the families, and that's the priorities in life. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a bit of a tough ride this last few weeks. We're going to get the gig out of the way for next week. We're going to do a really good job of it, really looking forward to it. And look out for an upload of The Fighter to YouTube in the next few days after this video is posted, and let me know what you think, because I think the girls did a really, really good job. So stay tuned, guys, and there's always time in the day for a brew. Cracking.